Breaking news at this point in time, the fact that the government has gone ahead and hiked the excise duty by 2 rupees per litre on diesel and petrol. Deepak, it's coming at a time when ideally we should have expected some relief, not an increase.
What to say? It's just very strange, the happenings that seem to. I mean, we could have enjoyed the benefits of it by a lower petrol price and a lower diesel price, but I think that's too much to expect because honestly, we've not been given the ability to enjoy that for the last 3 years, even though petrol price, I mean, the crude oil price fell a lot. I believe here, there is it's a differential treatment, I think, for us. But what it does mean is that there'll be other areas where it reduces in terms of cost. Plastics cost will reduce. There'll be a little bit lower transportation cost. Airline fuel surcharges may, hopefully will come down. But I don't know if duties increased on that as well. But I think we should have been given some of this opportunity. Hopefully, the government will reduce it in some other way. I mean, a bigger thing would be to cut GST. Hopefully, they'll use this as a mechanism to cut GST as well. I can't see the logic of increasing duty at this point when there's so much uncertainty. So hopefully the government has something else in mind.
Exactly. In fact, hoping that given the fact that, like you mentioned, Deepak, we've not been able to enjoy the lower crude oil prices when each time the crude prices have actually fallen. We've not been able to enjoy lower petrol or diesel prices here. And in fact, this sort of an excise duty hike is coming at a time when there's such uncertainty in the environment, and at a time when you have crude prices globally that is down, and also you have the tax cuts that we are hoping to benefit out of that was announced in the budget. This excise duty hike actually kind of that one also will take a hit, isn't it? The cash that you expect that would be money in the wallets of a lot of consumers on back of the tax cuts. Now, given the fact that you have a hike coming in excise duty, you worried whether you can enjoy it or no.
Well, you will get the same price of diesel and petrol. That's the point. If crude has fallen to $60, your petrol price would have naturally come down at some level. And instead of bringing it down, they have said, well, you bring down the price if you want, but we'll increase the excise duty. And therefore, you'll pay the same price at the petrol pump. So it won't increase the price that you pay for petrol. It will be exactly the same, just that you could have got a reduction, you're not getting it. So I don't think it'll increase your cost. So you'll still make this 1 lakh rupee tax saving per year, or whatever that number is. But you will not be able to enjoy a lower price of petrol that your friends in neighboring countries or in UK or Europe or something like that might actually enjoy because they allow the price to fall.
That's a good clarification coming in from Deepak. Right now, if you look at the OMC prices, they've all, OMC stocks, they all have actually taken a knock from the day's highest point. We have Prakash, who's here tracking the story, joining us on the phone lines right now. Prakash, the government has gone ahead and in fact hiked the excise duty on petrol and diesel.
Yeah, of course. It's an important development. The government has decided to increase basic excise duty on petrol and diesel by rupees 2 per litre, and that is applicable from April 8th. So essentially, excise duty on petrol has been increased to rupees 13 per litre, and diesel it has been increased to rupees 10 per litre. As you are aware that the crude oil prices has there's a significant reduction in crude oil prices in the international market. We're expecting that the government and the oil marketing companies will provide some respite to the consumer. Instead, the government has decided to increase excise duty. So, of course, the government will collect some more revenue going forward. But the interesting question at this point of time is whether oil marketing companies will provide some relaxation in terms of petrol diesel price reduction to the consumer. So that's an important development. But however, we try to approach some of our sources in the oil ministry, and they are saying that some good news may come going forward. Oil marketing companies may provide some relaxation to the consumer in terms of reduction in petrol diesel prices. The good thing is that they are making profit on sale of petrol and diesel now. There is no such under recovery. Yes, the only deterrent that is coming in a way of reduction in prices are their losses on sale of LPG. But that's a different story. But the point is that the government has decided to increase excise duty on petrol and diesel. We are also learning from our sources that the oil marketing companies may reduce prices of petrol and diesel, and that announcement may be made very soon.
So that could be a silver lining that everyone was hoping to see very soon, Prakash. The fact that most likely your sources are indicating the OMCs may go ahead and look at that fuel price reduction, at least for the consumers. This is what the source-based information Prakash is picking up as of now. No doubt the government has gone ahead and hiked the excise duty by 2 rupees per litre on petrol and diesel. But what his sources are indicating that the OMCs may actually look at reducing the fuel prices as well, which will be a win-win for consumers, isn't it, Deepak?
Sorry, you meant the fuel price increasing,
No.
fuel price decrease is a good thing?
Yes, the fact being that the sources have indicated that the OMCs may reduce the fuel prices, at least for consumers. So, yes, we hoping that we'll get some good news on that front now.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time coming. The price of crude has fallen to less than 70. It was at 95 or something when the fuel prices were exactly the same. It fell to 70. We saw no price increase and no duty change by the government as well. And the oil companies did not give us any discount because of that. And then now when it's fallen to this below 70 levels, they've chosen to give us a little bit. This feels like it's not like a really even market. Somebody else is deciding the price when a market should be determining the price. But fine, we'll take whatever scraps we get, I guess. I'm going to be happy if we get a lower price. It will actually help reduce inflation and the impact of any depreciation of the rupee that would have affected us in terms of inflation. So yeah, the rupee is up about 40 paisa today. So therefore, it's about a 0.5% increase in the cost of things. But by and large, if we get a reduction in the cost of fuel, we might actually see lower inflation going forward as well.
All right, so all fingers crossed on that particular front. But as we are heading towards winding down the trading session, Kunal, let me quickly get your BTST ideas for our viewers.
So in terms of BTST ideas, I'll go with two buy calls. The first one is actually a buy on Tata Motors. My sense is that the stock could probably have formed a near-term bottom for itself. So would suggest a target of 620 for the stock. Stoppers could be kept at 550. And Reliance Industries is the other stock which I strongly believe is at a very attractive juncture, just closer to that 1155.60 mark. So look out for targets in the range of 1200. Stop us at 1125.
Right. Jen, let me get a final word from you, and I just try and understand from you if you are looking at the charts very closely at this point in time, any sector that you are liking at this point, and which one would you actually try and gauge more deeper?
I like the chemical sector at this instant. In fact, at the top within that is Saraf there. But given the market's turmoil, I'm very happy, staying on the sidelines. And see, bottoming is a process; it's not an event. So bottoming gives you enough time for the markets to settle down. And I would any day be outside the market, regretting that I was inside the market, rather than be inside the market and regret that I should have been outside the market. So with that caveat in mind, I like the chemical sector.